Avalanche needs to make sure they fix these things before Hogwarts Legacy releases. In this video, I'll be scratching the surface of the things that I found was a worry with the new gameplay released in the Hogwarts Legacy. Before I start my worries, this has been a childhood dream game I've wanted for ages and I cannot wait to play it. But I like to try and be fair with both sides, so I like to give a good and a bad thing. So hopefully maybe the creators can see this and they can actually look at it and be like, okay, maybe we can work on this. To speak on people that think this as well or don't think like that. You can disagree to agree, whatever you like. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, as there'll be all Hogwarts Legacy content and a big 12-hour stream on release day, so don't miss it. But now let's dive into it. Now the very first thing that I found was one of the biggest worries was the AI combat. Now, when we're watching through the gameplay of the demo that the Hogwarts Legacy creators and some of the other YouTubers or creators got, it was kind of worrying because there was a lot of standing around. There was a lot of them not casting spells, them waiting to cast spells, and it just did not feel like the type of difficulty. And they apparently all played at normal difficulty, and to me personally, it found that that did not look normal at all. Now obviously I know it can't be just all the AIs are just casted in spells, because the whole game will probably just glitch out with all the spells coming into them. But it's so weird to just see them just walk around, not really go for cover, not really block sometimes, just walk and look at you just like thinking that you're nothing while you're attacking them. And that's why I wonder if hard difficulty, that's the hardest difficulty that you can play, if that's going to be a difference. I'm not too sure, but to me, I found the AI combat was a little bit sluggish, and hopefully they can fix up the attacking and defending for them when the game does release, which is something that I think they should look at, but we're not entirely sure. And the second point is the voice acting and the matching facial expressions.
Challenging you to a game of Summoner's Court. I think it's time you faced a real opponent, outside of Ronan's little lesson in charms class. Summoner's Court isn't just a game, it's a battle of skill.
Now this was a problem I had when the State of Play came out and I saw them talking and I saw some of the gameplay showcases as well. This has been my biggest concern yet. I've always looked at it and been like, they need to match it, because it just is very off-putting to me. You know, it might not trigger you, but it's kind of like an ick for me when they're talking and they're not in sync. It just doesn't, I don't know, it just doesn't live up to what I want it to, what I expect it to be. I think some of the voice actors for some of the students is a bit wrong, but it's not like they're a big character that they're gonna worry. I think all the main characters that they've got, they've done absolutely amazing with the casting there, but I think it's more so the lower students that might only just say a line or two, or it's just maybe them are just a little bit more sluggish, and I didn't like it as much. It's more of an ick, but I don't know if you guys feel like that worry as well, but hopefully they can change it with the huge patch 1 update that's coming when the game releases. So now the third one I have a problem with is the rendering issues in the distance. Now this is something I talked about to the Aura Division. You should go check him out. His channel link will be down below. And we were talking about how you can't see the distance in clear. It's still rendering, it's blurry, it's pixelated. You just can't see in the further distance, which is worrying because I would love to see the whole scale of the map and a clear view of it. So the rendering issues, it's just we're not able to see that far, and hopefully, you know, we can see a bit more further. It's not like it's gonna ruin the gameplay. It just makes the whole scenery a lot more enjoyable to look at. The fourth one, now the NPCs are leaning onto nothing or glitching in the game. Now I saw a lot of rogue mechanic, just the robes were just in the broomstick, the robes were in the wall, and like the AIs were just leaning on air. Some people were floating. Someone even saw someone just walk up a wall. It just, these little things was just really off, and I think hopefully this will change. Now they did say that this is not the actual proper game, so I'm sure they will have a look at these things and look at the feedback they got from the demo, and they'll try and take that in, because I know a lot of creators did provide their negative points for the game. But this is one thing as well, it's always just it's not, I just don't enjoy seeing the NPCs, like, you know, it just doesn't work out for me, you know. I know it happens with a lot of games that, you know, your roads will just glitch into something, or you'll see someone walk through a wall, or someone lean onto nothing, or it's just, for me, it doesn't work and it doesn't create the environment better. I think if they can clean this up, which is not that hard, I think it'll be a very more of a enjoyable area. Now the fifth and final one is the door loading and not being able to land in high places. Now the door loading, I'm sure that they'll fix, like 100%. There's no point of having a door loading screen. I know they said we're not going to have loading screens, but they don't need to have a door loading screen, because when you open the door, it should open straight away. You shouldn't have to wait to open the door and then they could. And that just looked very silly to me, and all the creators pointed that out in the demo, so all the devs and stuff know exactly what one of the biggest problems is. And if they do have that in the actual final release, then that's going to be a problem, because that is a waste of time and it's just silly. It doesn't look right. And as well, when you're flying on the broomstick or a hippogriff or a graphorn, you can't even land in high places. So you can't land at the top of the tower, you can't land at, like, at the top of the hospital wing, like you can't maybe land at the top of Azkaban if you can go there, or top of Hogsmeade. It just doesn't make sense. Like, I would love to just be able to land in the highest places and be able to look at the scenery, or even do some dumb stuff, jump off the high place and then jump on the broom, just like, you know, Harry in the Goblet of Fire when he fell down. And it would just be so cool to, you know, to recreate some stuff. Or you can just fall to your death, or just be an absolute, you know, idiot with it. I think it would just be awesome. But for some reason we can't land in high places, and it's just, it's amazing, like, because it's an open world, it's free for all, basically an RPG. You should be able to do whatever you want. That's one thing I love about these games, because you get the freedom of whatever you want to do. You can do whatever you want to do, which is really cool. But hopefully that can change down the track. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. This was just a discussion video of 5 worries I have for Hogwarts Legacy, and hopefully they can change. Just my opinion. You guys can let me know what you guys' thoughts and maybe worries are, or maybe if there isn't worries and the things that I need to look out for, which are the good. And but I'm obviously so supportive of this game. I love the Harry Potter universe. I'm a huge Potterhead, and I just cannot wait for this game to release. Like what I said before, big 12-hour streams coming out for the release day, and you know, I'll be doing so much Hogwarts Legacy content. So if you all want to see it there, make sure to like and subscribe. But as always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, one's at the ready.